It is official. It is official. Black women are melting down over the Austin Metcalf killing, the Karmelo Anthony murder. Black women are melting down over the Karmelo Anthony murder trial verdict. They are even at the point where they are committing violence against other groups, racially motivated attacks against other groups over this verdict. But we have to start here.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
That's what Karmelo was doing. I'm glad you just said that. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
If evidence does come out that Karmelo was not in fact fighting for his life when he stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf, do you think that the black community will accept that?
If evidence shows that he did not, no, we're going to stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs. We're going to stand by ours regardless. I'm a mother first. I'm a black mother. Let me put that on there. I'm an African-American mother.
Karmelo Anthony case. This should not have come at a surprise for us. We should have been already ready.
I think so.
We should have been armed. We should have had leaders standing for him. I don't understand for the life of me why a white man is representing this young kid. I'm angry. I'm upset. I don't think it was right, but what am I saying? Everything that happens in America isn't right for the black woman or the black man.
It's self-defense. You put your hand on me and see how I respond. Beat your motherfucking ass. What will the Anthony family, what will the people that's standing behind the Anthony family do? That's the question you should ask. We gonna stand behind them and we gonna fight.
I want to spend $5 million to get a new top lawyer for Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo was actually sentenced to 35 years in prison for self-defense and must endure 17 and a half years before he can apply for parole. This is simply too disgusting. This is not justice at all. This is the court taking a 17-year-old boy of color to make an example out of him. That day, it was raining heavily outside. Karmelo just went into a rest tent to hide from the rain, and as a result, he was surrounded and humiliated by Austin and that group of white school team stars.
And to all the black people going against Karmelo, you got predominantly white friendships, don't you? Statistically, you have a white partner, don't you? Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck it's giving.
Okay, so there you have it. We had the black women coming out. They were tripping over the verdict with Karmelo Anthony. A lot of black women showed up to the parking lot of the courtroom, out there yelling and screaming, acting a damn fool, not really caring about the facts, the evidence, none of that. They were told by the women who lead the sisterhood that they needed to be at that courthouse acting a damn fool in the name of this boy who killed this other boy. Now, as you saw, one of those women in the video was like, well, I'm a mother. I'm a black mother, but I'm going to stick beside Karmelo because he's black. Here's the thing. If you're a mother, you should be able to identify with another woman losing a child beyond race. That transcends race. So I keep telling y'all, one of the biggest problems in the black community is we speak with a forked tongue. A lot of us live in cognitive dissonance. The woman can understand being a mother. She says, and I have to put my race to the side because I'm a mother. But then at the same time says that her support for Karmelo will continue strictly based on race. She's going to put the motherhood crap aside, a connection that she might share with billions of people around the planet. And she's going to double down on ignorance, all motivated by race. But here's the thing. These women are now going so far as to attack people over the Karmelo Anthony situation. And I want to take you over here to Twitter real quick, because I don't know if you guys know who Sammy Lee is. I didn't know who Sammy Lee was before this. She's a white female. This lady, and YouTube is gonna hate this. So please be sure to subscribe, like the video, contribute to the stream. We have Cash App, PayPal at the top, pinned to the top. We have super chats. We have a goal, $10 $5 super chats or more by the end of the show. I say that because I want to be able to have an honest conversation. And you can't have an honest conversation when there's censorship. You cannot have an honest conversation when you can't say what needs to be said because you have YouTube and other social media platforms blocking you. And I believe that that is one of the big contributors to what's going on in the African American community. See, shaming has to come back, but if you're always censored so you can't say what you want to say because you don't want to be deplatformed or demonetized, you're not really able to say what you got to say to really get at the heart of the situation. So please support the content. This woman, and I want you to know this story is being totally suppressed, right? This story is being totally suppressed. No media outlet, major media outlets are covering it. It is being buried right now. So you might hear it here first. You might have heard it a little bit about it somewhere else. But this is what needs to be discussed because we need to get into why are black women so violently opposed to the facts? Why are these women at the point where they're ready to attack other races of people over this boy who didn't kill this other boy? They say he was innocent and he operated in self-defense while displaying exactly the type of behavior that sent Karmelo Anthony down the murderous path that he went on. So let's get here. Now, this woman, Sammy Lee, was making claims. In Longview, Texas, Sammy Lee says that she was leaving she was leaving a bar called Whiskey J's. Upon leaving the bar, she was followed by a group of black women who attacked her. Now, according to Sammy, nothing happened inside the bar, but as she walked to her vehicle, multiple girls jumped her. While beating her, they allegedly yelled, "Free Karmelo," and said that they were targeting the smallest white girl they could find. Sammy suffered a black eye and required staples in her head from the beating that these girls gave her outside of this bar. Now, didn't know these women, probably isn't even following the situation with Karmelo closely, because I even know black people who are not following the situation. Only to leave a bar and be viciously attacked by a group of marauding black women. The black women who say they're the mothers of the universe. The black women who say, oh, black women are most likely to be unalived by their mate or someone who looks like them. The black women who say black men are scary and they're evil. The ones who try to fight you and then call the cops on you and lie on you and say you hit them when you never touched them. Yeah, those black women. They are marauding the streets of Texas, intentionally going after the smallest white women they can find, all in the name of quote unquote justice for Karmelo Anthony. Make that make sense. The consummate victims. Everyone's doing something to them. You're doing something to them even when you're not doing anything to them. They are now rolling around, beating up, viciously beating innocent women over what's going on with Karmelo. And I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. A lot of people denied this. This is not true. This is a hoax. She's making this up. Right? But they just arrested one of the women who was involved in the attack. And wouldn't you know it, it was a bald-head skeezer with her tips dyed blonde. See, that's one of the biggest problems in the black community. This idea that the black woman is above reproach. She can never do anything wrong. Any and everybody who ever disagrees with her is evil and violent and is an abuser and an oppressor. And that she is more qualified to run the black community than the black man is. These are some of the biggest things, some of the largest hurdles that the black community is going to have to get over to start looking like normal communities within America. Black women are driven by hyper-emotionalism. And the minute the black man was driven out of the home and or chose to leave, because many black men just chose not to be bothered and they left, you subjected your children to the leadership of these hyper-emotional women. And in true fashion, she fashioned them in her likeness and made them little versions of her. And now your kids are going out into the world emotionally charged, operating on a platform of pure cognitive dissonance, where they're trying to entertain two opposing views, two opposing opinions at the same time. Everybody else is wrong. Everybody else is evil. Everybody else is hurting or abusing the black woman. But when you really put the microscope to the situation, what you'll find is not only are the black women being abused, but the black women are they're birthing, training, and raising the abusers that they lament. The same product that they criticize and claim to fear is the product that they are producing. That is like Smith and Wesson being out here saying, man, guns are so dangerous, they're evil, we need to get rid of guns. Well, if we need to get rid of guns, why are you making guns? If we need to get rid of YNs, if we need to get rid of baby mama culture, if we need more black men who stand up and live up to their responsibility, why are you raising a bunch of black men in a way that will lead to them becoming exactly the thing you claim you want to get rid of? These women said Karmelo Anthony is guilty, is innocent, and then went out and displayed the very behavior that makes us know that Karmelo Anthony is guilty. Why would Karmelo do that? He had a reason. No, because we know based on the type of people that are raising boys like Karmelo Anthony, we know that you don't need a reason. Karmelo needed the same reason to stab Austin Metcalf that these women needed to attack this poor, young, innocent white angel, Sammy Lee, for no reason at all. This lady didn't know them. She never did anything to them. She was in no way, shape, or form connected to the Karmelo Anthony case. And yet she was attacked. And not just beat up. Getting beat up is one thing. All right, y'all jumped on her, whooped her up. Bro, they gashed her head to the white meat was showing. The white meat under the white meat that's on the outside because she's white. They bust her head to the white meat was showing. She needed staples. Blacked her eyes up, beat her real bad. And then said, free Karmelo. That was a racially motivated attack. And I keep telling y'all, the more the world coddles African Americans, the more this country operates in a way that makes African Americans feel they're above the law, the more you're going to see African Americans become the very monsters that they claim to be fighting against all these years under civil rights, Martin Luther King, and all this stuff. But they're not going to learn their lesson. These black women are not going to learn their lesson. The black man tried to tell them and teach them. What did they do? They got us thrown in jail. They drove us out of the house and drove us out of the family. And then they'll say, the black man abandoned his family. No, we didn't. The black man was driven out of the black community by a bunch of women who wanted to take over and rule the community in an arbitrary way. Rules for thee, but not rules for me. Daddy whooped the kids. He's an abuser. Mama brutalized the damn kids. She's just a mother doing the best she can. Daddy goes sell some drugs because he's trying to get money to feed the family, which I don't condone that. He's a bum for doing that. Oh, he's a monster and he's a problem with the community. Mama goes sell some ass, spreading disease and poverty everywhere. Oh, she's just a young mother doing the best she can. See, the black woman traded her family to be exempt from the law, immunity from the law. I told you guys the story about my sister got in a fight in the courthouse with 14 sheriff's deputies. It took 14 sheriff's deputies to pin this heifer down on the ground. She was physically fighting them. And they let her walk up out of that courthouse like she had never done anything wrong. Now let me go in the courthouse and just take off on a sheriff deputy. Bro, they'll put me under the jail. They'll give me more years than Karmelo. But that's what we're dealing with, guys. We're dealing with a bunch of hyper-emotional women who are given immunity from repercussions from for their actions, and they're raising children and training them based on that very same mindset. That's what you were dealing with Karmelo. His stepdaddy, shit, he could say what he wants to. His mama running that show up in that house.
All right, is everybody ready?
Here's the press conference where all the naysayers, oh no, they didn't do that, she's lying. This is the press conference where they all had to bite their tongue. Because this is the press conference where they're admitting now that this woman was attacked by a group of black women. And they're still not calling it racially motivated, when in reality, we know what it is.
All right, is everybody ready? Just want to give you a chance to get your stuff up and going. Just give me the thumbs up and we'll go ahead. Les, you got the easy job. You're just taking pictures, right? Okay.
Hey, forgive me real quick.
Ready over here?
Forgive me real quick. I got to correct some ignorance right here. So you got this, whoever this is, Tepa Tapupu Roberts. Shooting in the streets was you black men. You's a lie. You're a liar. The leaders of organized crime in the black community that led to the gangs that are shooting in the streets, when it first started was black women. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The leader of organized crime when it first entered into the black community was a black woman. Her name was Stephanie St. Clair, also known as Madam Queen. You better go watch the movie Hoodlum. Erykah Badu got a whole damn album called Mama's Gun. Please do not start those lies. Black women were always the leader of the black community when it came to hyper-emotionalism and degeneracy. Even on the plantation, you had them big black mammy who was working hand in hand with massa, keeping everybody in check. The black women was paying the black men to shoot. And you know what I'm talking about. She was employing them to be thugs and murderers while she preyed on her own people. Don't start. Find me a black crime boss in America that was male before Stephanie St. Clair, Madam Queen. You will not find it. You will not find it. Bumpy Johnson the infamous Bumpy Johnson, worked for her before he became Bumpy. Please stop. And much of the violence in the black community, the shooting, took place, and it was over females in the mess that they was getting into, and even to this day now. In the same way Madam Queen trained those, got those young men to carry guns for her criminal business, the same way these black mamas training their sons, making them sentinels, hyper-emotional sentinels who will go out here and do any and everything, all in the name of hyper-emotionalism. Don't play me. Please don't play me. We know what it is, we know what it ain't, and we calling it out. Y'all want to be the leaders? Oh, the black women, the leaders of the black community. Okay, you know what leaders get, you know what happens to leaders? They get called out on their bullshit. And that's what I'm doing here today. And if you don't like it, you don't have to.
By our mayor in the person of the Honorable Kristen Ishihara, also our city manager, Mr. Marlon McPhee, our assistant city manager, Marianne Hagenbucher, and our assistant chief of police in the person of Chief Darren Lair. We are here today to address an incident that has understandably caused concern in our community. That is an incident that a lot of people are talking about, and we can confirm at this time that Longview police officers responded to an assault at Whiskey J's Bar here in Longview, Texas. Based on the information currently available, we believe that this is an isolated incident. One arrest has been made, and the investigation remains active and ongoing. Because of that, there are details we cannot and will not release at this time. We are also aware of social media conversations concerning retaliation, division, and attacks between members of our community. Those statements are being reviewed seriously. At this time, we do not have verified information to support any broader threat to the public. The Longview Police Department is actively investigating this matter, and we are in communication with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Any credible threat, any attempt to organize violence, and any effort to intimidate members of this community will be taken seriously and investigated appropriately. Now, let me be clear. We take every act of violence seriously here at the Longview Police Department. We take every threat seriously. We take every concern from every family seriously. But we cannot allow rumors to outrun facts. And we cannot allow fear to do more damage than the incident itself. Folks, this is not who we are.
Don't listen to this dude. Don't listen to this dude. These hyper-emotional black women and these hyper-emotional men that they've raised suffering from single mother syndrome will hurt you. They will hurt you. They will use their emotions as an excuse to do harm to you. Therefore, you need to have your head on a swivel and maintain a heightened sense of situational awareness when you're in proximity with them. See, that girl, Sammy Lee, she didn't think that a group of marauding black women were going to jump on her outside of that bar and brutally beat her. She thought all the bullshit that this guy is saying. Oh, the facts can't, the rumors can't outweigh the facts, and this isn't who we are. That's exactly who they are. I don't care if they're white, black, green. When someone is hyper emotional and has been given immunity when it comes to them being reactive or reacting based on their heightened sense of emotion, you can't trust that person. You can't trust that person around you. You can't trust that person around your kids. And you can't trust that person in your community. You can't trust them to do the right thing because they've been taught by soft on crime policies that it is okay for them to do anything they want to do in the name of the way they feel. That's why Sammy Lee is looking all beat up right now. Because a group of people felt a certain way about Carmelo, a group of women felt a certain way about Carmelo Anthony's conviction and decided that gives them the right to go out and hurt somebody white. Why can't we just call it for what it is? The political correctness is what's going to destroy this country. When people can't call a thing, when they can't call it for what it is, for fear of being censored, they probably already demonetized this stream already because I'm telling the truth. They've demonetized this stream already because I'm telling the truth. You have a bunch of hyper-emotional black men that are being raised and trained by a bunch of hyper-emotional black women who almost never have to suffer the consequences for their actions, running around this country, doing all types of evil in the name of how they feel. And until you address that, every last one of us are in danger because the YNs ain't discriminating. The YNs are inclusive. Everybody can get it from them. But you know the one person they won't do nothing to? My mama. I love my mama. Dear mama. Ooh, I miss mama. Well, of course they love her. She the one who taught them to be a degenerate. She's the one who imprinted her degenerate mindset on them. The only difference is their sex. They are males and she is a female. So they will pay the price for something she will get away with. I'm going to talk about the Julio Fulio murder today on this show in a minute, a little bit later. They all went together to kill this boy, Julio Fulio. Tell me why the woman who was right there plotting with the men got sentenced to 15 years, but the men got sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. What I'm trying to get you guys to understand is this system needs the black woman free. That's why they hesitate to take her to jail. They need that heifer out in 15 years so she can have 4 and 10 little hood boogers and raise them to be just as murderous as she is. The daddy is not needed. Throw them away. They in jail for life. 4 dudes were convicted. I believe it's 4 of them. They all got life without the possibility of parole. The one female was allowed to be tried separate from those dudes. She got convicted of manslaughter, which means it was an accident, even though she was there to murder like they were. She'll get out. She'll get out of jail. She'll go on to raise children. And when she gets out of jail, she'll go be around the same thugs that she liked hanging around when she was younger. Because you know what they say? We like bad boys. She will raise children. She will have children. Most likely those men will leave and not be in their children's lives. She will raise them with the same demonic mindset that she has. And we'll be dealing with another case of Julio Fulio 5 murdering somebody out in Florida again. I'm telling you guys the root of the problem. If you want to accept it, accept it. If you don't accept it. But it is what it is. You can't argue with the truth.
The community can only thrive when there is unity among us. This department and this community believes in accountability, and we also believe in truth. This department wants the facts, works for the facts, and work towards the facts, and then we govern ourselves accordingly to the facts. We do not, as a community, answer one wrong with another wrong. We don't let anger become retaliation, and we do not let social media become judge and jury. We cannot allow outside voices, online agitators, and anyone else to stir up a pot of hate, confusion, and division in our community. There are real people involved here. There are families involved. There is an investigation involved. And because of that, this moment requires responsibility from all of us. It calls for parents and guardians and mentors and community leaders to speak wisdom into the lives of our young people. It calls for our young people to understand that violence is not strength.
This fool think he Barack Obama. He's not. Let me tell you the facts. Black people keep telling you they're afraid of racism and white supremacy. Black people keep telling you that the white man is out to get them and they scared, boss. He gonna get us. If black people were really afraid of racism and white supremacy, why did a group of black women in Texas, a state that many black people would tell you is one of the most racist states in the country, why would a group of black women in Longview, Texas feel safe enough to go hunt down and maliciously attack a young white woman? Did you see slaves back in slavery when the Klan was real? Did you see black folks marauding around looking for innocent white women to attack and beat up brutally? No, you did not. The more these people keep on screaming racism and operating like degenerates, the more they destroy their argument that racism is the fear of racism is the driver of their behavior. They want you to believe Karmelo just did that because he was scared. No, Karmelo did what he did for the same reason those girls did what they did. He was a hyper-emotional black man, raised and reared by a hyper-emotional black mother. And when that white boy told him to move, his ego got offended. See, let me tell you something about women, especially black women. Women have ego just like men. A black woman will run up in a grown-ass man's face knowing she gonna get her ass beat. I've seen it with my own eyes. She knows she has no chance of winning. She'll run up on a man swinging and act like she got it like that. Soon as she get her clock cleaned, soon as she get dropped, guess what? She gonna call the law. He attacked me. He did it. He hit me. She's not going to say I was out here threatening and fighting and swinging on him and attacking him. The minute they get put in their place, they become the victim. Woe is me, and you need to take him to jail. Soon as she get put in her place, she go call the same racist that she said were operating in a racist way towards Karmelo to come to her defense. You can't have it both ways. Either the law is racist and that's what it is, or the law is not racist and everything should be handled based on a situational basis. See, that's the cognitive dissonance. The law racist, but anytime you want to punch above your weight, you go call the law to come to your aid. Anytime you want to try to dominate over the man who's supposed to dominate over you, you go call a racist law to come deal with him. Everybody who's listening, you know what I'm saying is true. A group of people who are afraid of racism, who are afraid of white folks and afraid of the Klan and all that, do not maraud the streets of Longview, Texas, looking to attack innocent white women. Somebody's lying. Either those black people are lying about being afraid of racism, or this white lady is lying about being attacked, and she's clearly not lying. Now back to Obama.
Threats are not leadership, and retaliation is not justice. Calls for every member of this community to remain calm, remain alert, and remain committed to the facts. If you see something concerning, we ask that you report it. If you know something about this case, we ask that you share that with investigators. Do not be found spreading information that has not been verified. In moments like this, what we post matters, what we repeat matters, and more importantly, how we respond matters. The responsibility of keeping peace in Longview belongs to all of us. Now, I can stand here and say without the fear of contradiction that your police department will continue to do its job. We will follow the facts. We will pursue evidence. We will remain in communication with the Federal Bureau of Investigations and work with our law enforcement partners where appropriate. And we will take the necessary steps to protect this community. but we ask the public to allow the investigation to continue. We ask you to respect the process and to help us keep the peace in our community. And I assure you, we will provide additional information to our media partners and our citizens when it is appropriate and responsible.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
Just like Karmelo was doing. I'm glad you just said that. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
If evidence does come out that Karmelo was not in fact fighting for his life when he stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf, do you think that the black community will accept that?
If evidence shows that he did not, no, we're going to stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs. We're going to stand by ours regardless. I'm a mother first. I'm a black mother. Let me put that on there. I'm an African-American mother.
Karmelo Anthony case. This should not have come as a surprise for us. We should have been already ready.
I think so.
We should have been armed. We should have had leaders standing for him. I don't understand for the life of me why a white man is representing this young kid.
Listen to this lady. This woman is saying that when the law came to get Karmelo Anthony, who stabbed this boy in the chest and killed him, black people should have had weapons and been ready to fight with the law on behalf of this murderous boy. See, this is what I'm telling you. When she putting on all this wig and makeup, and she's a real cute lady. She's very pretty. But underneath all that, there's a murderous spirit. And while they get themselves done up and put them nails on it, they just like Jezebel. They're beautifying themselves, but everything they touch is being infected with that murderous spirit. Especially their children. These women are here talking tough on the internet. What do you think they're telling them? If they're willing to say this in public forum, what do you think they're saying to their children in the confidence of their own home? I'll wait. What do you think they're saying to their children in the confidence of their own home? I wouldn't be surprised if Karmelo mom and daddy gave him that knife and told him, if somebody mess with you, you better use this and kill one of them crackers. I would not be surprised if that came out. That's why they so ready to throw their money at Karmelo to get him out of jail. Because they need to feel like their way of thinking is immune from accountability. Karmelo going to jail is a loss for them. Because if people like Karmelo Anthony go to jail, it's going to be very hard for them to indoctrinate more people into Karmelo culture. Single black mother, hyper-emotional culture. I didn't sell nothing. I'm telling the truth and you mad. Your demonic spirit is agitated by what I'm saying. Because we all know it's true. Because we all know it's true. They need their demonic way of thinking to be immune from repercussion. And when Karmelo went to jail, it put all of them on notice. You could walk around thinking like this if you want to. But you're going to be serving 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 50 to 100. And it's pissing them off. It is pissing them off. And the reason I know that this is something that is unique to the black woman is you're starting to see a lot of the black men who were at first defending Karmelo Anthony. You're starting to see a lot of them come out and reverse their course. You're also seeing a lot of the black men who usually would be together in certain schools of thought. There's starting to be like a separation among them, right? They're starting to kind of go against each other over this Karmelo Anthony situation. Because it's fun to play these games, reparations and all this on the internet. But when people start dying And people with nothing to lose start looking at people with something to lose and telling them that they need to throw away everything they worked for in the name of defending a degenerate, you're going to have a lot of separation. You got dudes like Dennis Sperling. We don't really see eye to eye on anything. You know, he's all about the reparations and all this stuff. But even he's agreeing with what I'm saying as far as these black women in this Karmelo Anthony situation. Because at a certain point, men who are raising children, he has 2 sons. We have to err on the side of what's best for those children, even if it means becoming an outcast among the degenerates who refuse to raise theirs.
You have a right to just go off on. Is that what you telling? Huh? What about you? Some other little boy hit him. You got a right to spin the block and come back and shoot their house up? Is that what y'all telling y'all kids? Maybe that's why we have so many unalived and so many murders in the black community, huh?
Facts.
Maybe we've been teaching them wrong. Have y'all thought about that? Maybe we need to start teaching some proportionality, some self-control. Have we thought about that? A little discipline?
Nope.
A little emotional discipline? Maybe. Since so we won't have a bunch of boys running around here in men's bodies with women's minds. Huh? Big, strong men with emotional responses like women.
Whoa, wait a minute. I'm a coon, but one of y'all black heroes, Dennis Sperling, is saying the same thing. A bunch of little boys running around, with women's emotions inside of male bodies. They're carrying that feminine spirit. That spirit, that black female spirit that has been totally corrupted by civil rights, welfare, and the desire to become a white woman. Can't do that, so now they develop hatred. The white feminist programmed the black woman. They convinced her to get her husband out the home. They convinced her to stop disciplining her kids. They radicalized them, so the black women could be the face of all the ignorance and the stupidity, while the white feminists moved up through the ranks of politics and consolidated the power. They got black women out here fighting for DEI. Black women, big time. DEI, we need DEI. Who's the number one beneficiary of DEI? Who is the number one beneficiary of DEI? White females. So why are black women the face of DEI? Why are black women the number one loudest, most vocal group when it comes to defending DEI? Like they're the primary beneficiaries of it. Because you're being used, you're being played.
Is that healthy? Has that been healthy for black men? Has that been healthy for the black community?
No, it has not.
See, that's what we're really talking about. What we really talking about is a disproportionate response that we see 100 times a day in the black community. That's what we really talking about.
Oh, no, we don't.
It just so happened to happen to a white boy, and the white folks wasn't going for it. You might be able to do that in the hood. You might be able to do that in the ghetto. Somebody hit you, you hit them back harder. Somebody touch you, you stab them, but you're not going to do it out here.
Dennis he's a lawyer. He is 100% right. What you saw take place in that Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf situation is a scene that you see take place every single day in the black community. The only difference is the white folks ain't having it. And because the white folks will not allow the black people to bring their baggage, their violence and all this baggage with them into their community, the black woman is irate because she is the driver of that type of violence in her community. And when they told her, look, Bonquisha, you're not going to be able to bring that shit over here, she became incensed. She became outraged. She melted the fuck down. How dare you tell me I can't bring my poisonous mindset into that community? because the black woman has been taught that the rules don't apply to her because she was made exempt. She was made immune from the rules because she was the one who helped the white man catch the black man and cart him off to jail. We'll let her get away with it as long as we get him. Look at Cassie and Diddy. Both perverts, both engaging in all types of debased behavior. In my opinion, both abusers and victimizers, preying on folks, both predators. Cassie walks free, Diddy goes to jail. Cassie walks free, a damn predator walks free, Diddy goes to jail. This is what I'm talking about. That's why these women are mad and running around Texas attacking people. They don't want to be told that what they think and the shit they do has consequences.
That's what they saying. That's just it, right? Right? If Karmelo Anthony got pushed by Jamal Jenkins, and then Karmelo Anthony turned out and whipped out a gun and shot Jamal Jenkins, y'all be like, man, that's messed up. That's messed up because we would have removed the racial issue. That's just crazy. If Jamal Jenkins had accidentally stepped on Karmelo Anthony's shoe and Karmelo Anthony whipped out a blade and stuck him in the neck and he died, that's crazy. You dying over nothing. That's what you would have said, right? But see, because of this racial issue and our historical avarice, I should say, for the criminal justice system, this conviction and the relationship that white people and black people have had in this country has been so animated. I mean, we've been here together damn near 500 years, but apparently we just never gonna get along. But bottom line is, it would have been a different scenario. Y'all would have understood it better. Y'all would have understood it better, wouldn't you?
Man, listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all, and this might be too deep for a lot of y'all to understand. Ever since the plantation, black women have wanted to be accepted by white folks. Even in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, black women was trying to make their hair look like white folks' hair. Because black women feel that white America has rejected them, black women have waged a war against white America. I believe an insurgency against white America, and they're using their black sons as the agents of that insurgency. Nobody cares about black boys until black boys is either laid up in the coffin or until they're getting carted off to prison. Yo mama see you showing behavior that shows that you into something you shouldn't be in. Your mom, look, this is what she do. She totally discredits your daddy so you don't listen to him or respect him. Your daddy ain't shit. All right, cool. I ain't got to respect that fool. I love mama, dear mama. Where's my mama, right? Then your mom leaves you on your own while she go out and try to meet men and go on dates and all this bullshit while she get her rocks off. Your mother sees you going down the wrong path. She might throw a little warning out, oh, don't get into that. But she never actually does anything to stop you from sliding into Pookieism. I've always looked at black women when they cry, when they looking at their son laid up in the casket or getting carted off to jail, right? But let me say this. When you see your kid is getting involved with the local gang, why you can't just move? Your ass is on Section 8. You can move like nothing if you're on Section 8. Why don't you just move? Ain't it crazy how black women will go and live in a homeless shelter to get a Section 8 voucher or to get some type of subsidized rent, but they won't go live in a shelter to get their son or daughters away from the negative elements of a certain community? Go to LA up there on Crenshaw, 55th and 60th Street and all that mess. Those areas are bad as hell. But you don't see the black women in those areas being like, it don't matter what I got to do. I've got to get my kids out of here. Because around me, I see nothing but young men dying and young women being dragged into prostitution and trafficking. Why would anybody whose mind is operating properly, stay in an environment like that for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Your kid is 2. Now you had him. Now he 20 years old. He done got shot dead. But before he got shot dead, you've watched dozens and dozens of young men just like him get shot dead at the same age that he got shot dead. Why would you stay there? See, this stuff defies logic and common sense. You care about your kids, you love them, but you'll continue to raise them in violent neighborhoods. You'll continue to raise them in places where they got a greater likelihood to be victimized. Because you don't care about them. All you care about is imprinting them with your toxic mindset so they can go out into the world and do demonic things. And then you cry. Let me tell you something. When you listen to Karmelo Anthony parents and they got this attitude like he never had a chance, that right there should be a warning to you. That should tell you everything. How does a kid live or survive growing up in an apartment, in an environment where his parents feel like he just fucked from birth? He ain't got no chance anyway. If your parents feel like you have no chance anyway, that means they're not really paying attention to you. You ever seen a kid grow up in the hood and like some person who's of a higher status takes an interest in them? They say, you're a real smart kid. I'm going to see what I can do to help you. Shouldn't a kid's parents be even more inclined to do that? Hey, my kid is really smart. Maybe I should try to get him out of this ghetto ass neighborhood so he can have a better chance at using that brain of his to live a better life. They don't give a damn. Selfish. The same type of selfishness that you saw displayed once Karmelo Anthony mama them got that money. Once Karmelo Anthony them mama got that money, it was a wrap. Mission accomplished. Fuck that little fuck nigga. Let him go to jail. We about to go spin. That's why they wasn't at a sentencing hearing. That's why they went for the $75,000 lawyer instead of the $200,000 lawyer. Tell me I'm lying. Nothing I've said to you here today is a lie. And there's not a black person on earth in existence that can convince you that what I said is a lie, that can prove it to you. This is what we're dealing with. You're dealing with kids who never had a chance because they are being imprinted with a toxic mindset from birth. Their fathers are being driven out of the home. They are being left with their mothers who have been programmed or brainwashed into this idea that their consequences don't have actions, and they are imparting that same mindset to their children, upon their children. That's what makes them so quick to pull the trigger. They're not even thinking about the consequences. They're not even thinking about the consequences. And if you have to think of one person in the black community who do shit and don't even think about the consequences, who is it? Black woman. Look at two black people. Say they go to child court and the mama and daddy is fighting over custody. This is true. This is real. Say y'all go to child court, two black people, woman and man, and they fighting over custody. Woman say, Your Honor, he smoked crack and he ain't got no job and he ain't got nowhere to live. I want full custody. Judge hit that gavel. I'm granting full custody. Mr. Tucker, you ain't got no place to live, and allegedly you on drugs based on what she's saying, and you can't support this kid, so I'm giving her full custody. Let the daddy be an upstanding individual making $300,000 a year. Mama could be on dope. Mama could be selling coochie on the side. Mama could be homeless, living under a bridge in a cardboard box, eating off a paper plate with the flimsy part of a damn tin of sardines. that judge will never, ever give that father full custody. Oh, I want visits. Where are you going to take the kid? To the cardboard boxes you live under? That judge will grant those visits. Oh, well, if she taking the kid to a cardboard box in a crack house, oh, well, she's the mother. She retains her right. Anybody who's been involved or around that situation know this is true. What message is that sending to black women? That's telling them what? Our consequences don't have, our actions don't have consequences. And they then train their kids, including but not limited to their young black sons, according to the same mindset. They make him think, oh, because a parent only gonna be able to teach you to do what they would do. But if when they do what they do, they don't face the same consequences as you do if you do it. That's where the disconnect at. If that had been a young black girl who stabbed Karmelo and killed him, I doubt she would even spend one day in jail. I doubt it. Black people will say this. Well, what if that was a what they say? What if that was a white boy who stabbed a black kid in the chest? That nothing would happen. No, ask this question. What if that was a black woman who had did that? She wouldn't have did, if she went to jail, she wouldn't have did over 5 years. Because that's where you have to go in your mind to really understand why Karmelo felt it was okay for him to do that. Go get into an argument with a black woman. What's the first thing they're gonna do? Pick up a knife on you. You don't gotta touch them, threaten them, nothing. Disagree with them. Let a black woman not be able to punk you and force you to move or do what she wants. She gonna go get a knife on you. That's why I looked at Karmelo and I said, that dude acting like a female. He was exhibiting black female behavior and probably watched his mama and daddy get into it and his mama pull a knife on his daddy. Go ahead, Sam Trail.
Yo, so I just believe you making up a lot of stuff, bro. It's like
okay, I'm making it up.
All these assumptions. One,
okay,
the parents can be in the sentencing because they were moved out of there.
What? I didn't understand what you said.
Karmelo's parents weren't in the sentencing because security had moved them to a different location. And about the time they found out that the jury came back, they tried to get back into the courtroom, but it was too late, so they were not allowed to enter.
So the security moved Karmelo parents out of the courtroom.
Yes, because
Why?
they went on while the jury was making a decision. They didn't expect it to be for it to be over so quickly. And about the time they got word, they were going back. So did
security move them, or did they leave the courtroom?
They were moved.
Who moved them?
They were moved by security.
You're lying. Listen, bro, I've been to court many times. And when someone is about to be sentenced, the parents and nobody else, they do not say, well, y'all go sit over here for security reasons.
They were cleared out. They were cleared out. And they were moved.
So they cleared the courtroom.
They were on a break. The jury went to deliberate.
Were they on break or were they removed from the courtroom by security?
When they were moved to a separate area. The family was moved to a separate area.
Who moved them?
Security.
Why?
I don't know why. Maybe for safety. Maybe because of high profile. Maybe because of all the tension.
No. They're in a courtroom. There's security all over the courtroom. You're not even allowed in. There's all types of cops there. So you're securing that space.
Yeah. They were.
So why did they have to move you to another space for security?
Either way, they were moved. And when they found out there was a decision, they tried to get back in, but but they cannot get back into the courtroom. So they were there. They were trying to see their son during the sentencing phase.
I don't believe you because the judge has the discretion to say, "Hey, where are the parents? They're not here. Can someone find the parents? I'm sure they want to see this."
He's 19.
That don't mean anything.
And the judge had the discretion for a lot of stuff. Second of all,
no. We're not going to second until you prove to me they were moved by security. What do I need to look up? What do I need to look up to find that?
I looked up their no. I got her name. Her name is Thelma. She is working close with the family. and she's been in contact with the family, and
from what
it
I'm
was
looking
explained to
at
her.
right here, no, Karmelo Anthony's parents were not removed from the courthouse by security. They left immediately after the guilty verdict was read.
Bro,
So
they
they weren't.
tried to
Wait,
go back
hold
in,
on.
and it wasn't. They were moved.
Listen,
it wasn't.
listen. They left under their own power. Okay, let me go right here for you. I'm pulling up for the world to see. Kinfolk, listen, we all black, and you part of, and I'm telling people, look what I'm saying being confirmed right before your eyes. Black people will either make up
what
or
source?
purposely believe
What
a
source is
lie.
this?
Let's go. We got this AI. We got links. We got links. That's the beauty of it.
Click a link. AI doesn't mean anything. Click a link.
Well, it does mean something.
No, it doesn't. AI is wrong all the time. It's filtering in all kind of stuff.
No, you wrong all the time. AI is wrong
the family
sometimes.
being with you want to know. You just want it goes against your narrative. You want
No,
to go
I'm looking
against.
up right in front
No,
of
you're
you.
trying to defame this black family because you don't like black people for whatever
I'm not
reason.
but
the family been riding with their son the whole time.
What did I tell y'all about the single mother? He's
Nah,
wrong. Bro. So now he want to start over talking me. Nah,
bro.
you mad? You banking about something that's not. I don't know these people to not like
them. It's simple, man. You don't want to. It makes no sense.
I don't know these people not to like them. I'm looking at the Daily Mail.
So why are you talking bad about them?
Listen, I'm not
giving
talking.
These white people. You give white people the benefit of the doubt, but you don't give black people the benefit of the doubt.
Look, kinfolk. Telling
you
the
ain't
truth
my kinfolk.
Listen. We gonna be kinfolk no matter what. The difference is I'm gonna be honest and you gonna lie.
Bro, where's your family? Where's your background? Where are you from?
Oh, here we go. My family's from Georgia and Texas.
Okay. Your parents?
My mom is from Georgia and my dad is from Texas.
Okay.
My granny is from Texas. She was born in Terrell, Texas.
Got you.
My granddaddy, well, he from Arkansas, but he moved to Texas when he was young.
Okay. And
but look at this. Karmelo Anthony's parents.
What?
Karmelo Anthony's parents seen leaving the courtroom in tears just before son's defense team pulled shock move. So, and I think that's when they rested the case. But basically,
they left because they had just found him guilty of murder, and then
why did they leave?
Because they went to go deliberate. How much time he was supposed to do? Who knew they was gonna come back in the house?
I'm not leaving. Okay, so you're gonna leave. You're gonna leave the courtroom.
You don't know You don't know if these people needed to eat. They got other kids they got to look after.
Ain't no eating. I'm sure them niggas went to Golden Corral after it was all done anyway.
They have other kids they have to look at.
You can eat afterwards.
They have other kids.
That don't mean nothing.
They have to look after the other kids.
What?
Their intention was to be.
Wouldn't you have? Okay, so wouldn't you have a babysitter for your kids? Listen, bro. Who goes to court?
Listen to this. This family been riding for
No,
their
I want
son
you
the
to
whole
listen.
time.
I want you to listen to this. Courtrooms have daycares. Well, at least where I live. And if not, wouldn't you have a babysitter for your kids for all day?
You don't know. You don't know what. You don't know what.
And you don't know either. But you making up a lie around it.
I'm not making up that lie.
You are.
I'm not. And why would you believe that the family that been riding for their son so hard,
so why didn't they abandon
him in the end?
So why did they force?
It's easy for your narrative to go against the black family.
No, I'm not going against black. No, I'm trying to save the black family.
No,
you're going against the black family.
You got hate in your heart,
Do you even have a black family?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So do I. So I don't know why we should be on one accord.
I don't understand where the hate coming from. You give these white people so much credit.
You want your kids going to school with Karmelo Anthony to get stabbed?
I do want my kids to go because the kid was.
You don't care about him.
He was a leader.
You don't care about him. He wasn't no damn leader. He's a criminal. He's a criminal.
No, them white boys were criminals, and you ain't put
none
of
that. What did the white boys do other than get killed?
Surround them.
I didn't see anybody surround them. I saw the video. I didn't see nobody surround him.
Oh, they were all around him.
So why didn't they attack him once he stabbed their friend?
Because they couldn't boss him. What you mean?
If they couldn't boss him, if they couldn't boss him, why did he need to pull out a knife?
Homeboy attacked him.
The link is in the comments, guys.
Homeboy attacked him.
You have to make this make sense.
Austin Metcalf.
So why didn't they all attack him at once? Why didn't they all attack him at once? If they was all
a ringleader, and he didn't know they all might have jumped in. That he was surrounded.
So why when we watched the body cam footage, didn't Karmelo say, "Hey man, they jumped me"? He said he singular put his hands on me. I told him not to.
He went after the main. He was talking about the main person that he was able to get up off of him. The white boy should have never
So they
been
was
up
all
on him.
on him, but he was only going after the main person.
I'm sorry. He went after the main person that was coming after him.
So he
I don't
went
know.
up to the main person. So
Let me tell you
if
something.
someone attacked you, they come
if
up
a
to
group
you.
of boys
You
surround
came up
me
to them.
and one dude lunges at me
How
and
do you
he's
know he
talking,
was surrounded?
I can see it in the video.
No, I don't see anything in the video.
It's people
like
in front
that.
of him. It's people behind him.
So
and you
why
see-
didn't they grab him when he stabbed their friend?
We don't know that they didn't. We just know
Yes,
that
we
he got
do,
up.
because right after the stab, Karmelo was out the damn tent.
He was able to get up. He was able to get from over there. He had to put that blade in him, and he got away. There's no reason why the dude should have been in
So
his
you're
face.
saying if someone pushes you, you have the right to stab them in the chest?
It depends on the situation. If I'm surrounded by some dudes, I don't know.
I just saw a bunch of black people.
And the dude attacks me.
Right. What,
Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of there.
He didn't say he attacked him.
That boy wasn't planning on killing that boy. He ain't no cold-hearted killer.
Hey,
he did what he had to do to get home.
He was a very accurate killer who managed to stab someone through the heart.
Sometimes it happens like that.
No, I don't know about
you
that.
act like
bro.
he's some trained assassin.
He might be.
He's a regular 17-year-old boy who's never been in trouble with the law.
Let's get back to the point. Why were Karmelo Anthony's parents in the courtroom when he was sentenced?
They left to do whatever they needed to do. They were escorted out by security, and
somebody saying that
they tried to get back in there. They didn't realize the jury was going to have the sentencing done so quick, and they tried to get in there, and it was too late. The doors were locked.
This ain't adding up, bro. You can't.
Why is it so easy for you?
Parents out of the courtroom.
Why is it so easy for you, bro?
Because I've been to court and I know what you're saying is bullshit.
Why is it so easy for you to just throw this family up under the bus instead of give them the benefit of the doubt? You give these white people all the benefit of the doubt.
No, why is it so easy for you?
That family has been with their son the whole time, bro.
Listen, why is it so easy for you?
And then you're gonna say they just abandoned their son?
They abandoned him, bro. They didn't even raise him right.
They didn't, because they still fighting for their son.
They raised the killer. They ain't fighting for him. They out there spending that money.
Man, and what's your proof of that? Because that's been debunked.
Well, then everybody got to work for free. The money had to go somewhere.
No, because
they bought They paid for a $75,000 lawyer.
You don't know
got
that.
$1.4 million in donations.
They did not get 1.4. They did not.
Studio? What do you mean studio?
They did not get 1.4.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. They got up to 600,000.
No, they said it at 600,000.
The other money was refunded. They closed that down. The other money was refunded.
No.
Look it up.
No.
Look it up.
They got to
600.
They got that at 600. Got to 600,000. Once they hit 600,000, they raised it to 800,000. Once they hit 800,000, they raised it to 1.4 million.
They never got that.
They never got that. We don't know.
Half. They got 600,000.
Listen, man, you don't know that.
Yes, I do.
If you listen, bro, if you got 600,000, then raised it to 800,000, then raised it to 1.4 million.
Money don't come out like that. Once Karmelo Anthony was found to be guilty, go send me fund. They stopped it and they refunded that money back.
Okay, look. So, hey guys, if you want to come up, click the link. It's in the comments. Listen, man,
you straight lying, bro.
Even if they got $600,000. They paid for a $75,000 lawyer.
Show me where that lawyer cost $75,000, bro.
The black boy who was their advocate said the white lawyer said $75,000. He said the black lawyers wanted $200,000 just to talk, so they went with the white lawyer who said $75,000. And they claimed they was broke and claimed indigent and asked for a
because
free
the father
representative.
lost his job because Jeff Metcalf went to his job and other white people were going to his job harassing him.
Listen, what I'm telling you is
these people had to move 8 times.
Jeff Metcalf don't make $600,000 a year. So even if he lost his job, he still has $600,000 to take care of his family until this was done. You can't take care of your family for a year on $600,000?
You don't know how much what was the $75,000 a retainer fee, bro?
No, the dude said $75,000 total. You watched the interview. You ain't even doing no research, bro.
No, bro. I've been following this pretty closely. And
you ain't following
and the thing, and then you're saying a lot of inaccurate stuff. $75,000 for the lawyer.
Okay,
I haven't heard that.
You started this off with a lie. You said security removed the parents. Then
I'm not lying about that, bro.
Then you said the parents went to go check on their other kids.
No. You said what were they doing? I said they have other kids. Who knows what they were doing? They didn't expect their son to be.
They didn't expect him to be sentenced, even though they were at sentencing.
Not that quick.
Come on, bro. Let me tell
They
you the
trying to
cold
get
part.
back in it, bro. You being dishonest. It's so easy for you to turn against his family because you don't like black people for whatever reason, bro. You give these white people so much benefit of a doubt, but you ain't gonna get his family. But you rather disparage these people than think, well, maybe there's a good reason why they weren't in that courtroom. Yeah, they were trying to get back in there. It was too late. It's so I don't know what's if you're grifting or doing whatever, but it's just sad to see our people go out like that.
No one's grifting.
You go out your way to get these white people a benefit of doubt, and if you were dead on the street, they wouldn't even call 911 for you, bro.
Listen,
you're goofy.
You are an example of the exact type of hyper.
No, you're gonna go with the black women. Thank God for black women fighting for us, bro. Thank God for black women.
I'll let you say what you said. You are an example of the single mother raised black men and the hyper-emotionalism.
My parents are still married, nigga.
Yeah, so what? Your mama was running that house, not your daddy, that's for sure.
No, my parents are solid. They invested in me, bro. You know nothing. Don't put that on me.
If you had a real man in your life, you would not be up here lying, trying to make up a lie.
I got no reason to lie.
Bro, you're 100% lying.
No.
You said that they were removed by security, moved to another location. Then when I shut that lie down, you tried to say they went out to take down. Okay, listen, the audience is here. The audience heard you say this. They were moved to another location by security. Yes. Then when I said if they were moved to another location by security, that made no sense because the court is a secure location. They didn't move the Metcalf family. They didn't move anybody else. You don't
know if the Metcalf family stayed in there, bro.
Yes, I do, because Jeff Metcalf was there during the sentencing and was the one who brought to light that they were.
He was there during the sentencing, but you don't know if they left.
I'll say this again. Jeff Metcalf was there during the sentencing and was the one who brought it to light that Karmelo Anthony's family wasn't there during the sentencing.
No, I knew that before.
So you said that security moved them, which was a lie. Then you said they went to go check on their other kids.
No. You said why would they need? No, you asked why would they need to be moved, and I said I don't know what they needed to do. Maybe they went to eat. Maybe they went to go check on their kids.
Put a 1 in the comments if you think this guy's lying. Put a 2 in the comments if you think I'm lying. But look, man,
all of a sudden these family gonna abandon their kids, bro. I'm not lying about that.
They abandoned them from birth, as far as I'm concerned.
How?
Is your kid gonna take a knife to school?
Your kid got a 3.78 GPA. Your kid's the captain of the football team.
No, bro, these kids is getting passed for social promotion, man. No, stop it.
Get out of here, bro. Meanwhile,
let me ask you this question.
Kids, they're known for bullying, harassing people.
Listen. Is your kid gonna take a knife to school?
Who knows? I don't. You never know what a kid would do, but you try to do the best you can with your kid.
Would your kid take a knife to school and impale somebody through the heart?
And it wasn't a knife; it was a tool, bro.
No, what kind of tool was it? What kind of tool was it? What kind of tool was it?
It's a multi-tool, the Ozark from Walmart.
It was a multi-tool.
Ozark.
So you saw the weapon. So you saw the weapon.
Yes. And if you look at it, there's a bottle opener on there.
Let's look it up. Karmelo Anthony.
Look it up. It's an Ozark. It's the brand is Ozark. It's like $13.99 from Walmart.
You said it was a multi-tool.
Yes.
No, it's not, bro. You lied.
It is. I'm not. Again, I'm not making it up. You can look it up.
You're making this up, bro.
No, that's how it was. It was presented as a straight up knife,
bro.
It's a 3.5-inch blade,
bro.
The prosecution set it up.
This is the knife. This ain't no multi-tool, bro. This is the knife.
Look it up at Walmart, bro.
Fam, this is the knife sitting on the bleachers, fam.
Dude, look up the exact knife.
No, this is the knife while it was sitting on the bleachers. Up the brand
and it opens up. There's other stuff on it, bro.
You were definitely raised by a woman because you arguing like a woman right now.
Bro, that makes no sense. I told you.
Bro. I told you that your daddy wasn't the man in the house because this is the picture. This is the picture of the knife when it was still sitting on the bleachers after Karmelo threw it.
And look
you're
up that
trying
knife.
to tell me
look at that knife. Go to Walmart website and see what that knife does.
This is not a multi-tool.
Because it doesn't fit your narrative.
Bro, I know what a multi-tool is. I'm a grown man.
Look up that same knife. Look up the Ozark knife.
Okay, I'm gonna look up an Ozark multi-tool knife.
Okay, and it's gonna see everything that knife does.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is an Ozark multi-tool knife. It is nowhere near that. A multi-tool operates like a wrench. It does all the. Look, bro, this is an Ozark multi-tool knife. They've been making them for decades.
Bro. Look, keep looking, bro.
Look at all of the multi-tool knives. They're all a multi-tool and a knife are two different things, bro.
Bro, that's not a straight up knife. You can literally get that knife at Walmart.
Okay, man. You talking about this? You talking about this? This right here. This is also a multi-tool knife. That's the same exact knife I just showed you on the picture. So what are you talking about?
That's the multi-tool knife.
But ain't that the same exact knife I just showed you?
I never said it wasn't. I said, look at, bro. I said, look at what it does. I said, go to the Walmart website and it'll tell you everything that's inside of that.
Why do I need to know what it does? All I need to know
because
that
you're making it seem like it's just a straight up knife. Because there's other things that's on there that he can use that for.
Bro, this guy was not carrying this knife. This knife,
multi-tool, like I told you, bro.
Yeah.
Now who was lying? I wasn't lying.
The only thing that this knife does is open beer bottles and stab people. Those are the two things that this knife does.
Go to the Walmart website and it'll list everything that it does.
But is it a tool for cleaning cleats? No, it's not.
He never said that.
That's what
you don't know what he's doing. He never said that. I just said go to the Walmart website and look up that same knife and see everything that it does.
Hey, my brother, you got cooked right now, bro. You got up here lying.
Bro, you didn't cook anything.
Bro, you got up here lying, man. Okay, man. So tell me what else you have a problem with me saying. Because everything I said was true.
It's not true, bro. It's just
you actually proved my point.
I didn't. You still didn't go to Walmart website and pull that.
Look what it does. Going through the whole freaking Walmart website.
This kid ain't never been in trouble one time.
That don't mean
people came over to him, harassed him.
No, he had got in trouble prior for having the knife in school.
I'm sorry. And the knife was not even illegal, bro.
Listen, bro. He had been told don't bring the knife to school the same week prior to that event.
Who told you that, bro?
That's a fact.
No, it's not. Who told him not to bring it, bro?
That was part of the initial report.
Man, you a liar. You straight up lying.
Right.
Nobody said that.
Whatever you say, black man.
Nobody said that.
You still up here. I just got this. Okay.
No, bro. But for real. The kid ain't never been in no drama, no nothing. He's been a great kid.
So
and then
he jumped off the porch
and you just disparage this whole kid and throw this kid away and talk about his family like a dog. The family ain't did nothing wrong. They fighting for their son.
Like I would fight for mine. The family raised a degenerate.
Bro, I don't know how you were raised a degenerate. I saw a young boy who was scared, who protected himself. And you're going up for the white people who was aggressive towards him, who lied on that stand.
So you're telling me right now today, if someone pushed you, you would pull out a knife and stab him through the heart?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Look, maybe. You better push him back.
Listen.
You probably believe Karmelo was 130 pounds too, don't you?
The kid looked like 130 pounds, bro.
That kid was 6 feet and 165 pounds, bro. Stop.
Bro, he's not 6 feet.
Bro, did you see the video of him getting arrested? He was taller than every cop. That kid was big.
Bro, so again, like you doing all this weird stuff.
You could look at Karmelo's mugshot.
If you believe what you were really saying, if you believe what you were really saying, you wouldn't have to make up these things, man.
I'm not making up nothing. You could go to Max.
Because everybody know the kid is 5'9", 130.
You can go to maxprep.com and look up Karmelo's
Max Prep. That's not a real source.
Yes, it is. It's the football website,
bro.
He's not no strong safety. Bro, find one strong safety.
Show me one thing. Show me one thing that shows that he's 6 foot.
Find me one strong safety that's not in Pop Warner, 7 years old, who's 130 pounds. They don't exist.
Show me in any document showing that he was 6 foot 130. He wasn't. He was 5'9", 130, bro.
No, 6 foot 130. He was 6 foot 165.
Okay, show me.
So here you go. Yes, Karmelo Anthony was previously warned and suspended for bringing a knife to school.
That's a lie, bro.
Well, it's right here.
What website is this? Again, you listen to fake news, bro. Like,
This
show me
ain't no
something.
fake news, bro.
Bro,
You
that's
can't
it's
call
so bad.
everything
It's not
fake
even Fox News, bro. It's what are you doing? You
I
a
love
conspiracy?
Fox News. I love Fox
Even
News.
Fox News didn't even say that. You're
I
lying, bro.
love Fox News.
Look up a real credible source. CNN.
You know what?
Court TV.
You look. You know AI compiles all the sources and then comes up
Bro.
with the facts.
Bro, and
So I don't know.
what AI are you using? It's crazy.
I'm on the best. I'm on Brave right now.
I don't even know what that is, bro. Try
Right,
Gemini.
exactly.
Try Gemini.
I use Gemini all the time.
Use it now.
I don't want to. I want you to read it. I want you to admit, yes,
No, bro.
Karmelo. Look, April 2nd. Look. Yes, Karmelo had previously been warned and suspended for carrying a knife.
What source?
Trial testimony revealed that Anthony had already received a suspension from Frisco Centennial High School, specifically for carrying a knife on campus prior to April 2nd, 2025. Track meet where he fatally stabbed Austin Metcalf. The suspension prohibited him from attending school-sponsored events, including the district championship, where the incident occurred. So he wasn't even supposed to be there.
Bro, you a liar.
Bro, okay,
You a straight liar, bro.
I'm reading this and you're calling me a liar.
Bro, the only one who ever...
I'm not making this up off the top of my head,
you
bro.
really would really present that information to people. Against your own people, you claim you black, but there's no way.
No, you're not black because you want to lie and defend criminals, giving the impression that all black people have a criminal mindset, and you're mad at me for telling the truth.
But I
can't believe you're even a Christian. The Bible said the truth will set you.
Bro, don't quote the Bible.
The Bible says the truth will set you free, my brother. You living in spiritual
no, bro.
darkness now.
You're just making up stuff, going to conspiracy websites. You ain't got no real facts.
I don't go to no damn conspiracy websites.
Bro, what did you just pull up, bro? I can't even read what you're saying. It's so small on my screen, though. But
yeah, exactly. The audience can read
source, bro?
The audience can read it just fine.
Bro, pull up a real source.
I did.
What? Associated Press, CNN, ABC News.
That's your
something.
I don't mind ABC News. They're good.
Yeah, do that because what you're pulling up is fake, bro.
Nope,
it's nonsense. It's clear as day how small that boy is, and yeah, if somebody's twice my size, yeah, and I'm surrounded.
That dude was not twice that boy's size.
To get up out of,
that boy was not twice that boy's size.
Okay, you accept. He was what 215, 6 foot.
Listen, man,
his twin. Come on, man. You got to call a thing a thing. I know you're doing a grift and you're doing everything, but these are people's lives. And I respect. I respect the hustle, man.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. You. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't forget. You can't. Just because someone's black doesn't mean you could just like excuse murder, bro. Like that's my whole point. He murdered that boy. If that was either one of our sons.
I would be mad. I would be mad as hell, man. I would be mad as hell. But I would have to. And R.I.P. to that.
Nobody's son deserves to get killed.
Nobody's son deserves to die.
Over a push, especially.
Listen, but nobody deserves to be bullied and attacked and surrounded.
I don't think he wasn't. He was asked to leave multiple times and he refused to do it.
Who are you to ask me to leave?
They said even a teacher told him to leave.
A teacher would know how to.
In court, a teacher told him to leave.
No.
They said a teacher told him no one is allowed under the tent except for school students.
That's not true.
School.
Again,
this is what they said.
Bro, you don't have to add sauce to anything because the situation is already convoluted and complicated enough, man.
Look, man. Let me help you.
You can't.
We on Max Preps. I want you to read Karmelo's stats.
Max Preps, that's not a thing, bro.
Max Preps a thing. You're not gonna discredit Max Preps. Right here, Centennial, Frisco, Texas. What's his height, bro? Just like, excuse. Stop your playback, Abdul. His height is 5'11" and his weight is 162 pounds. You're wrong.
Look at the police report.
This was not a little kid. I know. I could read right here.
No. Look at the police report.
5'11". I looked at the police arrest where he was way bigger than all the damn cops. And the guy had him by the back of it. The lady had him by the back of his arm. And bro, arm was so big she could barely grab like the tricep.
Bro, it's sad that you would do that.
What is sad that I pulled up the facts and you mad?
Bro, that's not a fact, bro.
This is
Pull up the police
it's right
report.
here.
Bro, that boy ain't.
You're saying this kid is 130, bro. This guy was not 130. You said he was 5'9". I knew he wasn't 5'9". I've been knew that. And I think this might be his from Centennial. Yeah. Karmelo wasn't no little dude, man. Bro played strong safety and free safety, bro. You can't be little playing strong or free safety. Bro ran a 4.7.
Hold on.
This kid was fast. I could tell he was slow for a freaking strong safety. But he I could tell he had wheels. The guy benched 205 pounds and was able to squat 405 pounds. If he was 130 and was squatting 405 pounds, he would be like breaking a world record. I would say he's in the wrong sport.
Bro. The only other place that I've found what you were saying was something published by Fox News. The police report has him on there as 130 pounds. His defense,
the
his
police
team
report
said
did
he
not say
5'9".
130 pounds.
The police report does say it.
Listen, man.
I just pulled it up, bro.
I'm showing you his bio stats
Pull up the police
from Max
report.
Preps. No, I'm right here. And
Pull
then
up
you
the police
said Fox
report.
News also said it.
Yeah, Fox News, like they haven't been biased against black people. They haven't lied before. I admit it. I found that on Fox News. Fox News is not reputable.
All I know,
bro, you lying for no reason.
I ain't told one lie yet.
Man,
let's go, Abdul. Sam Trail, you had your opportunity. Go ahead, Abdul.
Peace, love, and light, Brandon. How you doing, brother?
What up, kinfolk? How you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. Been following your show for a long time. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the listening audience. My name is El Malik Abdul Muhammad. I am a former classroom educator in my home city of Oakland, California, as well as the city of San Francisco, California. I am a mentor, a counselor, and I currently run a rites of passage program out of my home exclusively for Black teenage boys under the Street Law Soldiers, under the leadership of General Tashaka Sankofa out of Washington, D.C. I am also the former West Coast Regional Chairman of the Dr. Khaled for the New Black Panther Party. I'm currently the West Coast Regional Chairman also for the Black Beret Liberation Movement out of Phoenix, Arizona. I live in a town called Stockton, California, which is about an hour from my hometown of Oakland. I'm also a former Junior Panther under the late Dr. Huey Percy Newton, my home city of Oakland, California. I run a Rites to Passage program. I bought my home about just over 4 years ago, remodeled it, and towards the end of the remodeling, it was brought to my attention because of my history of working with children, especially Black boys, that I should take a look into San Joaquin County, which is the county that I reside in. And I went and got Andrew, Anthony, and Jason. Andrew and Anthony are from the same home. Jason was from a separate home. And all three of them were on. Their next stop was the Grown Men Juvenile Hall. And I grandfathered them in under the diversion program through the Street Law Soldiers. And when this incident happened, Brother Brandon and listening audience, the first thing that I did, because Monday through Thursday during the school year from 4 to 7, they have study hour, nothing to do with anything but school. There's no TVs in the rooms. There's no video games. I changed nothing in my home that came under the conditions that my home were in. I've already been background checked because I've been teaching and working with youth. Unlike the Umar Johnsons of the world, I've literally worked with youth all of my adult life. I'm a 63-year-old grandfather, not only of 13 grandchildren, but I have 10 grandsons that age 9 to 23, and I'm in their lives pretty much on weekend basis. The first thing I did, Brandon, was took the boys, and we went and we studied the law for the knife that Karmelo was carrying. Ladies and gentlemen, it could be hooked to a flashlight. It could be hooked to a car battery. It could be hooked to a brick. If it has a knife on the end of it, it's a knife. Everything, every component on that multi-use knife has a name, and the name for what was plunged into that white kid was a knife. It wasn't a screwdriver. It wasn't a pair of pliers. It was a knife. And so what we're trying to do is make a difference, because it's considered nothing else matters on that multitude but the knife. Just like I told the boys, nothing was going to matter, because they kept coming home. You know, everybody had something to say, and I set them down, Brandon, doing study hour, and I told them, nothing matters except what is said in the courthouse under oath. Now, this is where the confusion was ended for the boys. Direct and to the point. No one asked Karmelo. Karmelo said, there is no allege. I did it. Karmelo said, I did it. Okay? Karmelo said, I did it. There's also blood on his finger. You can see it in the back of police cars on where he's handcuffed. Okay? More importantly, and I'm not going to be long, because I deal with kids every day. And by the way, the last thing that got the three boys into juvenile hall is because they took guns, not only on their schools, they go to separate schools, but they also, Brandon and listening audience, took guns inside their home, and the parent called the police on them. That was the final straw on how all three of them ended up in juvenile hall. No one cared if the gun was loaded. No one cared if it was a magazine in it. They went to juvenile hall because they bought a weapon onto school property.
Right.
We have to stop making excuses for the behavior of our people. We are not a perfect people. God even says in the Bible, he says nothing about being perfect. He said he made man in his image and in his liking. We are not a monolith. We have assholes in our race, all shapes, sizes, 8 to 80, as we say, blind, crippled, and crazy.
Yep.
The last thing I want the audience to understand, I'm not arguing with anybody. I've been on all kind of interviews because of the work that I do, and I currently run this home. And I even went out and bought a camper, Brandon, because the boys didn't know that black people have campers too. I'm sitting in a 34-foot 2002 brand new camper I went out and bought for the boys to introduce this into their lives. The last thing that people must understand, and just like he said, I did it, you and I can argue like you and that last brother until we're blue in the face. Nothing matters. I did it. He said they, not them. He said him, not us. End of story.
That's it.
End of story.
His words.
End of story. His words. Now, don't just say that, Brandon, because there's going to be some excuses. So add this stipulation on. I've been in court, and by the way, that situation with a security guard or a sheriff, you're not going to remove a parent out the courtroom and their child is on trial. It doesn't work. I'm not arguing with nobody that can't put up the credentials.
If you ever been to court, you know that's true.
It doesn't work. Even if they came late, there ain't a security guard in a courthouse in this country that's not going to allow the parents in there for their child. That is a absolute made up convenience, always have an excuse, no accountability problem that we have in the black race. And no one can be more pro-black than me. I've given you just a tip of my credentials, but I don't play with children's lives. I don't make excuses for them because, Brandon, I am responsible for helping mold their minds to where it matures in the 25-year-old range. Right. You must accept accountability because, again, this is something else that no one wants to talk about. Why in the hell, after getting off a suspension for the very same problem at your school, would you bring a knife to attract me? Nobody wants to talk about that.
Kid don't learn. See, he was living that thug life.
And what's so unfortunate about it, Brandon?
Brother, that's not true. He never been suspended.
What's not true, sir?
Hey, you had your opportunity. Go ahead.
What's not true, sir?
Go ahead.
What's not true, sir? No, Brandon. I want him to tell me what's not true, sir.
Well, we got about 5 more minutes, and we got one more.
It's not true that he was suspended.
That's fine. It don't take 5 minutes for him to answer this question. What's not true, sir?
He was never suspended for having a knife. Never. That's a lie. That's a white talking point put out there by the conservative white right-wing media.
Let me ask you a question. Are you sitting down in front of a computer like me and Brandon and researching? Or are you getting second-tier meat? So you can't tell me he was not probably suspended
what is your
for
source?
the same
What is your
thing
source?
that he did at his school. Okay,
what is your source?
Go to the school district, sir. Just like I went there exactly and pulled up the school, pulled up the football team. I've even seen Karmelo Anthony playing in several games.
Well, I work for education. They would never put that on the school.
He's listed at 5'11", 165 pounds. And what's so sad about it, he's really a pretty good athlete, Brandon and brother and listening audience. And he wasn't a bad student. I'm going to end this by saying this. You know why that doesn't matter? Because it starts at home. You know the common denominator of all three of the black boys that are out on their summer jobs as we speak right now? They all came from single black homes. It doesn't mean the mothers were bad, Brandon. It doesn't mean the single mothers were not hardworking women. It's just to the point that these young boys, they grow up, they don't have a father in the house, or they have beta males like Ray Charles can come from his grave and see who was running Karmelo's house.
Man,
if you work with children and you're around parents every day, I don't have to read. This is what I live. I wish the boys were here now. And by the way, one of them just graduated. The oldest one is in his 3rd year of law school. This was a kid 4 years ago, Brandon. I went and got out of juvenile hall that was on his way to men's prison. The second kid, which is the oldest of Anthony and Andrew, he just graduated from high school, and his brother will be a senior. You wouldn't know any of those 3 boys if you seen them today from 4 years ago.
That's because you came into their life.
Because, Brandon, they just need structure. Mm-hmm. They just need to be told they're loved. And more importantly, the reason why you don't make excuses for them, because children, it's an old saying. I'm the 9 of 10 children. I was raised by a single black woman. After my dad left, all of my brothers and sisters are degreed. My 2 older brothers got PhDs when I didn't even know what the fuck a PhD was. My mother went back to school, got a 4-year college degree after giving birth to 10 children. Okay? I'm telling you now, it starts at home. Period.
No, seriously.
Everything that you see, because all y'all have to do when you seeing these team takeovers, ask yourself, where these kids are sleeping, Brandon, showering, eating, shitting, and wiping their ass in some adult's house. Where are they?
Right.
I know where Andrew, Anthony, and Jason are right now. And outside of Andrew, the other 2 are grown. But I can guarantee you, I know where they are. And they are welcome to leave my home at any time. But you know why they won't? They've been through foster care. They've been in gay houses. They've been in houses with a gay man, a gay woman, black. They have structure, and they have a black man here who has raised 4 children, who has taught children, who has cooked for children. I've lived in Georgia. I've lived in Florida. My work has taken me all over the country and the world. I'm not arguing with nobody that's not standing in front of a juvenile hall going to rescue the Karmelo Anthonys of the world.
Nobody.
And this ain't got nothing to do with me taking a white folks side. I told you what I did with the boys when we studied this case at this dining room table, in the camper and inside the home. We went right to the law. And I knew, even before the video, you cannot say you're being bullied when you have the freedom to leave. You cannot use self-defense when you have the freedom to leave. These are laws. It doesn't matter, Brandon, how I feel about them. I don't have to like them.
Sir, you're loud you're loud and wrong.
Okay, let's stop there.
Very
Okay.
wrong and loud.
Thank you, Malik. I appreciate that. I agree with you 100%. We know it starts at home. I know where my daughter is. She's in Florida at a volleyball tournament right now. Parents, it's their job to know where their kids are, what their kids are doing. How can your kid take a knife to school and you don't know that? Check their backpack, be involved in their life. Talk to them every day. And if they were talking to their son, they might have found out something that could have prevented this. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something real quick. You may not even know, Brandon, because they could have checked the backpack, because I seen the interview where Karmelo's mother and him had a conversation with him leaving out the door. She didn't want him to go because it was raining, but because he controls the house and her.
You lying again, bro.
He told her to stay, and she would go. What is my point? She had the opportunity right there to do what you just said, Brandon. Check that backpack, because they literally had a conversation about she letting him know she wasn't going. He shouldn't go. He insisted on going anyway. Notice the operative word is he insisted on going anyway, and they allowed it without checking the backpack. And I'm going to ask anybody, why would a kid take a knife to a track meet? I don't give a damn if it's in my front yard.
That you were supposed to be, and especially a track meet that you were supposed to be competing in. Shouldn't you be focused on doing what you got to do on the field? Why are you in the stands? It's stupid. I got to get to this.
And by the way, Kent is I ran AAU, Pop Warner, high school track, football track, UCLA on a track scholarship in football. For those of you that don't know, if you've never played the sport, a tent is a locker room in track and field.
And you don't
I'm 63 years old, and I know that. A tent in track and field is like a locker room.
No, it's not. It's not nothing like that.
Hey, look, it's a fact.
It's a fact. I can leave information where you can pull me up on any social media graph, and my credentials speak for themselves.
We gotta let the
documentation, but also in pictures.
Abdul, we gotta let the lady
but
speak.
Go right ahead, sir.
All right, go ahead. Justice for Karmelo. She muted her mic.
Yes, I muted because I was at work, but I'm off work now. But I want to know, where have you been getting your information from? Because a lot of it seems very, very wrong.
It doesn't matter how it seems. Do you have any evidence to prove that what I'm saying is not true?
For whenever he got sentenced, I've been watching lawyers speak on these. And I've reviewed a lawyer reviewing the evidence that they have put out on Juneteenth.
I don't get what you mean by that. The evidence that was put out, he got him convicted of murder. You breaking up. You breaking up real bad.
Hold on.
I don't know what Kim's talking about. But anyway, so guys, this is another thing. This is another thing. A lot of black people, if they hear something that and it's what they want to be true, they automatically accept it.
No, bro,
at face
you are
value.
straight lying.
I'm not lying.
The dude lied and said she didn't want Karmelo to go to the
We're
track
not
meet.
lying.
She
We're
didn't
telling
want.
the truth.
She didn't want to go because she didn't want to go because it was raining. All this misinformation. Nobody really researches. You guys go onto the same blogs, Facebook posts, and just make stuff up. It's sad. These people's lives have been changed, and y'all don't have real facts.
But what we keep trying to tell you is it's okay to feel sorry for the people because their lives are altered, but you also have to understand the role they played in their life being altered. No, your kid stabbed somebody, and instead of wait a minute. And instead of doing what a human being should do, which is say, you know, this is a tragedy, you know, it was an overreaction. Let's appeal to mercy and see if they'll give us 5 to 10. Hey, manslaughter, let's do a psychological evaluation, something like that. They chose to take the worst possible route when dealing with other groups of people, the racism route. This was not something that should have been reduced to racism. And because they reduced it to that, I personally believe that hurt his chances at getting a lighter sentence. And then they doubled down on it. And even in the appeal process, they're doubling down on it. That's no one's fault but their own. His parents, when you listen to him talk, they didn't seem like the sharpest tools in the shed. But like the Bible says, the sins of the father are upon the son. You grew up in an ignorant ass household, 9 times out of 10, you're going to act ignorant. And ignorant actions have consequences.
And you have
if somebody push you, you do not turn around and stab them in the chest.
Listen, and guess what? Austin Metcalf's family, they're more than ignorant because they should have taught their kids how to keep their hands to themselves.
What did they do wrong other than lose a son?
And try to bully somebody.
What did they do wrong other than lose a son?
Okay, if you're going to talk, they did a lot. Their son was in a single parent home. They were not together.
Their son paid the price for what he did, and Karmelo Anthony is paying the price for what he did.
And what we're saying is,
yes.
You said what happened, Kimmy? What's your name? Justice for Karmelo. What did you say?
You might need to come out.
I don't want her saying I'm sexist. Hold on.
No, you're not sexist. I mean, I don't even know how I got here. I was on lives of the Karmelo Anthony, and you popped up. But
that's right, the best.
Everything you're spewing has been incorrect. And I would like to know where you're getting your information from.
I would like to know on what basis are you determining what I'm saying to be incorrect? You can't just say what I'm saying is incorrect. You got to prove that.
What interview did we see that came out with the parents? It's been gag orders since trial. I mean, since beginning of time. Nobody said anything.
The interview I saw was the CBS interview where they got on there talking about he never had a chance and the white folks had it out for him the whole time. I was like, that was enough to show me they was ignorant.
They never said that. They never said the white. They never said the white folks.
Interview, though,
they never said white folks.
They are ignorant. The dad works.
What they were saying was very ignorant. They even lied and said that it was an all-white jury.
Didn't get a chance.
They said that they sat up there and lied and said the jury was all white when they was sitting in the courtroom with the jury and could clearly see.
Everybody knows the jury was not all white, but
but why would his parents say that in an interview?
It was not a jury of his peers.
So why are you mad at the white man? So why are we mad at the white man when the jury was mix of all races?
No, it wasn't mix of all races.
Well, the black people refused to be on there. The black people refused.
Say that. You can't.
Okay, it was Mexicans.
No, and they
was Arabs.
They got knocked off because they were supposedly educators. So they didn't want them on the.
You do know that the defense has to agree to remove a juror, right?
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
They don't. They get their own strikes.
They did the Bassin challenge.
They work together to build the jury.
They did a Batson challenge for the jury because of that reason. The 3 black juries got knocked off for being educators.
Yeah, because it was a legitimate. The prosecution is trying to win the case.
You
You
can't do
know,
that
Some
though
of the
because
teachers.
of the
mixed
Batson
races
challenge.
supposedly were educators. So no, that's why we have an
Nah, see,
appeal
now you're
going.
bringing the racism thing back into it, but you have no proof that anyone was racist.
So Metcalf saying all that in his interview wasn't racist.
That doesn't mean he's a racist.
Oh God.
Okay,
If I say all these crack ass crackers, that don't mean I'm a racist.
but he didn't say that.
He said watermelon felon. That automatically means he's racist.
It was
And
more than that.
Metcalf
And I
also.
love how
Wait a
that
minute. Wait a
interview
minute.
conveniently, everything he spewed out that was racist was towards the end. They knew
Li-
people wasn't gonna sit there and watch for
listen,
2 hours,
the
3
same
hours.
guy, the same guy
Uh-huh.
went to the press conference attempting to pray with his family. They rejected this guy. Get the
And
hell
he
out of
looked
here.
very,
You
very,
could
very
say that they were
aggressive.
racist.
He
Did he
looked
go?
very aggressive at a conference that he said he
Listen,
was coming for peace.
his son is the one that died. That's the part y'all forget. Their
this is
son is
his
the one
son's
on
fault.
trial. So he came to pray with them. They rejected him. He could have turned around and said, well, they're a bunch of racists. He didn't even do that. We're the only people who are calling people racist.
I don't like to be counted as the we, because I'm not we.
Well, that's another problem in the black community, radical individualism.
What's wrong with individualism?
Yeah, because when you have that mindset, you can't understand what another person might be going through
Because
because
we're both black, and apparently we don't think the same.
No, you're
So
not
I'm
thinking.
not
That's the
included in
problem. You're not.
we.
No, we're both thinking, but you're being
crazy.
hypocritical. Because if your kid got stabbed in the look, if my kid got stabbed in the chest for pushing somebody, I'd be pissed off and want them
He
in jail.
didn't. It's not. It wasn't a push. It was a shove.
Listen.
It's a difference.
What's the difference? There's no difference
He
between
was
a
a
push and a
football
shove.
player.
Crazy, bro.
Did you
He
hear
was a
this, lady?
football player, and they said he
Lady,
did a whole
what is the
football
difference
move.
between a push and a
And you
shove?
trying to tell me from I watched the same video that you watched, and that boy was surrounded.
And you can't see nothing in that damn video.
The
Thank you.
boy
Can't
was
see nothing at there.
surrounded.
You
What
can't
you
see
talking
nothing in
about?
that damn
I
video.
saw, I saw it.
You can't see nothing.
Let's stop, guys. Let's stop. We got to go back to the dumb stuff.
You can't
What is
see
the difference?
anything.
Carmen, whatever your name is, Jen.
Uh-huh.
What is the difference between a push and a shove?
It wasn't
wait.
a. It wasn't.
You
a
said it wasn't a push. You said it was a shove. What's the difference?
Exactly.
What's the difference?
The people on the stand called it a shove and not a push, like you
What's the
calling it.
difference?
The people
What is
on
it?
the stand, the 21 witnesses that they called, didn't say it was a push. They said
You know-
it was a shove.
You
That's
know,
the difference.
Jen, I can forgive you because you're a woman and I know how women argue. I
Oh,
can't forgive Sam Trail for
You're
arguing
one
like
of
a woman.
those. You're one of those.
No, I'm,
Yeah.
What is
I'm
those?
look, I'm
Yeah.
married. I'm
One
married,
of
so
these
I get
weird-
it.
Sorry,
Women
I'm new
argue a
to
certain
this.
way.
I'm new to this, so I didn't know you were one of those.
No,
So
listen,
What is
Yeah,
Jen.
he sold his soul out.
Wait
to-
a minute, Jen. I am married, so I understand how women argue, and you have to accept that as a man.
You got a
Women
black wife?
argue.
Is your
Women
wife black?
argue.
I was about to say, you gotta
Women
clarify.
argue a
What are
certain
you
way.
married to?
Yeah,
A black woman. A black
You
woman.
couldn't possibly be married to a black woman.
Women argue
Oh my
a
God.
certain. Listen, women argue a certain way, and as a man, you just accept this is the way women argue.
Bro.
But as far as this man right here trying to argue like a woman, that's a whole nother level.
bro. Nah. You can't put that on me because
I put it on you.
well,
My
that's on you,
argument
brother.
is the things that
I don't
I have
agree.
researched and witnessed with my own two eyes. I don't wear glasses, so I see very, very, very,
Girl,
very
you ain't
good.
witnessed nothing.
Listen.
All
The thing
videos
is,
that they put out, all the evidence that all the jury people seen, they have put it out now.
What about all the testimonies from like 23 people confirming exactly what we were saying?
All 21 people was friends with the
They're
victims.
racist. All of them
Oh my
racist.
God, bro. This is crazy.
those are all
This
his
is what we
friends from his
listening
school,
to? This is-
except for like
That's
2 or
like
3 of them.
somebody doing that to you, and all you nobody that the
Wait a
the
minute, wait a minute,
suspect
wait a minute.
knew was there, but your people was there. You expect your people to come in and ride for the person that stabbed you, no matter if you was in the wrong.
If
Oh my
the people
God,
were
this-
lying, you're not going to get 23 people to have exactly the same story.
It was not even in the freaking court. They said that everybody has switched from what they told the police.
Who said
to
that? Who's they?
testified in
Who
court.
is they? Who is they?
The 21 witnesses.
And if they were saying
And
things
the
that were
lawyer,
contradictory, that's on the defense to see that.
The prosecutor had made it and said in court that although these 21 witnesses had a totally different story for the police officers in their reports.
Okay.
Bro,
okay,
Eddie lied.
she just dragged, she just
But she's
fell
telling
off.
the truth though. Eddie
She's
lied.
not telling truth. She's not even saying anything.
No, she's
What
saying
am
the
I
people
saying that's not truthful? Because I would really.
What
like
are you
to
saying
know.
that I don't see what you're saying that this guy's
I
agreeing
just-
with? Like, yeah, she's telling the truth. How?
Because he's saying the witnesses were
Brandon, I just don't
lying.
understand how
You must be getting
we've
your information from Megan Kelly or something.
Who's
You
Megan
watch
Kelly?
her every night to
Who's Megan Kelly?
Oh, you know who she is.
I don't know.
She
you
one
gotta
of
you gotta
you.
refresh your mic. I think you gotta refresh your mic because it's crackling. Jen, sipping
Nah,
with you.
her she's just ghetto.
Look, man. I don't know how we jumped. I told you,
Critical
Brandon. This the
thinking
other.
is not critical anymore.
My wife
I
is
t-
black.
I
She
told you,
happens to
Brandon.
be black.
Brandon, I told you this
I
the
would
other
like
day.
for you to prove that you have a wife.
That's her right
There
there.
it goes on the photo right
That's
there.
her right there.
See a photo?
She's
Oh,
black
she's
as
beautiful.
hell. She's black.
But
And she'll tell your ass you lying too, just like I'm telling you.
Wait a minute, Brandon. No, but for them to love Kamala, it wasn't required for her to have a black husband, was it?
Nope. Nope. Kamala, our girl with her white husband.
Great, but hey, look, at the end of the day, man, this is what it is, bro. I told you the other day, this is the nigga theory that I got. If a nigga step on your shoe, you can kill him.
No, 100%. Black people really believe that.
Like that's the belief. The belief is if he touched me, I can kill him because he touched me. So by the same logic, what happens is when they go to these schools and they kids have these issues and the events happen, everybody thinks somebody's supposed to just be dead. And they wonder why the crime is the way it is in the black community.
Yeah, they wonder why the black community is riddled with violence.
And then they're going to tell you these kids need to have emotional control later after they argue for this.
No, they'll tell you that you need to feel sorry for these kids when they're training these kids to basically be foot
Crash
soldiers
outs.
of ignorance.
Crash outs, basically crash outs. You know you're going to prison if you do that, right? Oh,
and I was on No Jumper. That's the king show of crash outs, bro. Like I see this firsthand.
Oh, that explains a lot.
No, this explains a lot. When people like 4Extra was on No Jumper talking crazy, people like that, and that's the logic that these people are using.
Yep.
You say anything crazy, he gonna put hands on you, and he going to jail for assault or whatever he going to jail for. See, that's what these people think is like street justice. And then when it don't work and everybody go to jail, it's something wrong. No, see, the problem is y'all thought them white folks was gonna watch a crime happen and they wasn't gonna say nothing like them niggas be doing.
You cannot.
So
the white folk.
I'm
the white folks sent the message.
To a channel where y'all the Samuel Jacksons.
We love you on this channel. I want you to come back.
Hold on, Brandon. We them niggas that's on that nag. Yeah, we them niggas on the nag.
We Django. Whoop a nigga with a. Hey, look, we are just mature.
Samuel Jackson. I don't know if y'all got the characters wrong. Sorry.
Listen. We're mature black men with families. If we were involved with you, we wouldn't get you pregnant and run off on you and abandon our children. We take care of you. We're just those black men y'all lie and say y'all won't.
People do you hang out with?
We're just those black men y'all lie and say y'all won't when in reality y'all want Pookie and Ray Ray.
Well,
I looked up.
Pookie or a Ray Ray, so I don't know.
I looked up because my wife is ghetto, but she got a lot of common sense.
Man, you called your wife ghetto. You sad, bro.
She's ghetto. She's nice. My wife is not ghetto. She's corny as hell.
No.
But she grew up in the ghetto.
You speak about your wife like that on a public platform, you sick, bro.
How long have you been married, buddy?
I would never.
Who you married to and how long?
I've been married 15 years, bro.
I've been married 20, so there you go.
And you speak about your wife like that. That's
apparently
crazy.
I'm doing something right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she the one that's not so smart, bro.
I'm dehumanizing. Shut up, Black Loki, just saying shit.
No, for real.
I'm dehumanizing her for saying she's corny.
No,
that logic, bro.
I would never
ghetto.
I would never talk about my wife like that.
Let me ask this.
Look, I don't give a damn what you would do.
So whenever our kids get into a fight or anything like that,
they can kill.
Somebody supposed to die?
It's up. We up and
Nah,
blick.
he didn't
Smoking
mean
fools.
to. He didn't mean to kill that kid.
Oh,
Man,
hold on.
please, you
Okay,
can't
there it
But
is.
accidentally
Hold on,
impel
Brandon.
you need to
somebody.
protect
Brandon,
yourself.
there it is. There it is. They on demon time, right?
Demon time. That's what they on.
Listen,
Hey,
there's a way
look,
of
but let
apologizing.
me just say that. Wait, guys.
Go ahead.
I gotta interrupt all y'all because I gotta go. All y'all are welcome to come back. You, Jen, you definitely come back. I like you. You're nice. You just ignorant as hell. But you are welcome to come back. Thank all y'all for being up here. And thank all y'all for watching. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. And don't kill nobody like Karmelo Anthony. May God keep his ass locked up till he turns.